Hello all, this is Tam and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, and if you've already been here, thank you so much for returning back. So in today's video, we are going to talk about books. Now, this is a very random book related video because I haven't filmed or posted anything related to books in such a long time. I just wanted to post something related to books and here we are. So I haven't really read a lot of books in 2021 in particular, and it's been like 10 months and I haven't even read 10 books in 2021. I am regretting that so much, but luckily I have been on track since October started and I'm so grateful because of that. I don't really have any particular order in today's video about books. It's just a random book review video where I will review some of the books which I currently have and have read, which I really like. It's like a book recommendation / review video. In case you want any of these titles, you can just get some help in this video because I'm gonna review every book that I have already read, so it will be a very personal yet thoughtful review. So yeah, if you want to know about books and in general if you like watching bookish videos, without wasting any further time, let's get into the video. Okay, one more small disclaimer. I know you would feel like what this girl is up to, like what is this attire. It's just that I filmed a very short reel kind of a video, but I just did not want to waste my makeup. So it's like 11:30 at the night, but I'm sitting to film because I just did not want to waste this makeup. And as it is a Halloween season, I think it's okay to be a little spooky, so who cares? I hope you don't. Okay, now let's get started with books. So the first ever book that I read a long time ago, but very recently when I started reading, it was The Overstory by Richard Powers. Now I was not quite sure to read this book because it is like 1,000 pages long. But the thing is, I got this from a popular section in a crossword store. I was really amazed with the cover pic and the title by itself. So I just wanted to read this book, and so I got this. And it was a very long book, but I anyhow started reading it. Okay, to the point, I really like this book. I mean, there is nothing to enjoy or laugh about in this book as such. It's a very deep book with a lot of stories in it. And if you really love nature, there's one line I would like to say. If you really like nature, just get this book. Eyes closed, get this book. I know it's a little bit thick, but it is really worth reading if you really like books and reading. It has such a deep thought process inside it. It has a lot of concepts and theory of human life in relation to nature, and it's a very peaceful and blissful book. So I really would recommend you to read this, but only if you are a nature lover, because it's quite a thick book and you might not like it if you're not a crazy nature lover. So yeah, if you are a crazy nature lover, I was, so I just got it. And if you are too, then just get it, because it's not only one story, there's 1,000 other stories. I know I'm giving a little bit spoiler, but it's a thriller, but not a spooky one. It's a thriller, like a climax kind of a thriller, and it just is not one story inside this book. There are, I think, 7 or 10 stories inside it. I don't really remember, I have read it a long time ago, but yeah, there are quite a few stories, and then there is a point where all these stories actually collide, and it's a wonderful read. So I would give this book a 4.5 stars just because of its thickness, or it would be a 5 because I really love nature and this book is perfect for nature lovers. Okay, let's move on to the next book. So the next book that I have here is Roses Are Blood Red by Navanil Chakraborty. Now what do I say about this book? Now if you are really into thriller reading and also into thriller movies, you might not think this book is a very classy, but for someone who has recently started reading, this book is really interesting. I mean, you won't understand and the story switches like this. It's a mind-blowing thriller. Trust me, it is so nice to read it, especially if you have just started reading, and even if you have been into reading for quite a time and you haven't already read this book, just get your hands on this. I mean, you will love this, especially if you love thriller and mind-blowing stories. For you will be like, I can't stop reading it. For the next book we have Frida by Paulo Coelho. Now of course, Paulo Coelho, who doesn't know him? If you're into reading, you will of course know who Paulo Coelho is. He is the writer of the bestseller Alchemist, and this is another book by him, and that is the reason I got it. Now this book is really magical and very young adult kind of a book. If you're a girl, then you will definitely like it, because it's more emphasized on the girl's life than any other character. But of course, if you're a boy, you will still like it, because reading is something where you just get into the character. No matter what you are, who you are in real life, you just get into the story as the main character, of course. So you must get this book if you are like into magical and astrological or just like in general magical stuffs. Then you must get this book. It's a very cute, I would say cute, and a pretty novel. I mean, yeah, that's what I would like to say. This is a very cute and pretty read. But if you don't like magic and you don't really believe in non-fiction, then you might not like this book. But this video is all about non-fictions because all the books that I have, except one, is a non-fiction. So yeah, it's a really, really, really good book. I mean, if you are into magical stuffs and childish reviews kind of thing, I am so bad at reviewing. I mean, how can I be so bad at talking about books when I love them? But then, I just want to keep on trying so that someday I might get better at reviewing books. I mean, what I need to do is the moment I finish a book, I need to write down my review on it ASAP, because then maybe I will be good at telling you about it. Because now I just read a book, keep it, and just pick up another book. I forget about the book I have already read, like forget about writing a review, or that I have a YouTube channel and I want to give reviews on books. And yeah, that's just what happens. Never mind, let's move to the next book. So the next book that we have is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. And like, if you are into series, TV shows, films and all, especially into Netflix, you have of course seen 13 Reasons Why. Who haven't? And yeah, 13 Reasons Why, the series, was based on this book right here. And I would like, of course, then I don't have anything more to say about it because most of you will recognize this book by the series. But the one thing that I would like to say, that get the book before watching the series, or even if you have watched the series already, still get the book, because I really felt that the book was much deeper and thoughtful than what we saw in the series, because like it is very real and original, and like you will feel really connected to the book more than you did to the series. So I think you should read the book as well. Even if you have watched the series already, you should read the book, because I loved reading it. And this book, it's a small spoiler, has these pictures of the series in it also, and I love one picture. I'm going to show you that. This one, you will have a different connection with it. I mean, and of course this book is much deeper in comparison to the series. So if you are into reading, it's not about if you want to get into reading, it is not a beginner's book. But if you are into reading already, and if you have watched 13 Reasons Why and you liked it, you must get the book and read it as well, because this is 100 times deeper than the series. एक ही बात मैं 1000 बार बोलती हूँ और फिर मैं सोचती हूँ कि मेरा वीडियो लंबा क्यों हो जाता है. Next book. This book and the books after this, I read it this year itself. So yeah, it's quite a thick book, but the font is very big, so it's not a long read. It's definitely a thick book, but it's not a long read. Now this is again a non-fiction. It's Lovely Word by Julie Berry. Also wrote a review on this, like a written review on my Instagram. So if you want to check it out, I always give my Instagram handle down below in the description. You can go and check it out, and also my handle will be flashing somewhere on the screen, so you can just go and check it out. But coming back to the video, I really like this book, especially if you are into love stories a lot. I mean a lot, okay? Like magical love stories, old time love stories, like times where there used to be letters, not phone or something. It's a very beautiful book. And also this has really deep thoughts, chapters, connections on war. So if you want to like learn about war from a fiction way but very closely, this book is really good for that. Maybe it doesn't have facts, but yeah, one more thing, a lot of characters in this book are real, so it's not like totally imaginary. It is inspired by a fiction story. So yeah, it is really good if you want to learn about like love story of old times. Again, this book has really close insights to war. I mean, you will like learn about few things about war so closely that you will like think that how do people who like are in war, like what their families go through. You will like very closely understand if you read this. In case you are not into love stories that much, or you are not into fictions that much, you might want to skip this book. Okay, next book we have Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra Jonas, and I loved this book. It was not just a autobiography, it was like really good. You will learn a lot of things about the outer world, about the world, like your private world, also how people behave, what you should do. And like it's an insight to a lifestyle thing, like how you should live your lifestyle. Like it's not a guide to it. Basically, if you read this book, you will learn a lot of things in the public world, and also you will understand that a lot of things are normal which we might think is not. Like, it's a good book actually, and for girls it will be a little more interesting than it would be for boys. It's like just a personal opinion. I really think that you might want to get this book because it is about someone's real life story. She has written it in a fairy tale way. I really liked it because I found it a little different from other autobiographies. So I really like this book, and you might want to get it as well because like it's a very what should I say, like, personality appropriate book. I mean, I don't know what I just said. It's like I mean, there are a lot of things to learn in this book as well, is what I'm trying to say, along with her life story. So yeah, that's basically what was in this book, and I really liked it. You might not, you might like. So yeah, every reader has different opinions on every book. So yeah, so the last book that we have today is Nine Chambered Heart by Janice Patrick, and I loved this book. There's only one line, I love this book, and it's a very quick read. Okay, it's a small book and the fonts are also bigger, so if you are like beginner or you don't like long books, then it's a very short book compared to the other books. It is very deep, but not that deep at the same time. Like, it's deep from one way, but it's very casual from other way, and it will make your life look so simple and so peaceful, and it will just make like all your emotions that comes to your mind randomly. You might think, how can I think about that? But after reading this book, you will be like, it's okay, it's normal. I mean, yeah, that's what it is, and you will learn about love in a very different way. It has a very different definition to love as well. So you might like this book, and also it's just basically a very easy yet peaceful read, if that makes sense. If you just like to read, apart like from, you just like to read, you don't want to learn, you don't want to do anything else with the book, you just want to read, then this book is really good for that. So with that, we complete today's video. And also, I just want to say randomly, I've started reading this Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and I really like this book. Okay, I'm like 40 or 45 pages in, and I already love this book. I'm just not getting time right now to read it, but if I get one day free, trust me, in one set I will just complete this book because I am loving it so much. It's so interesting and so like thriller. I am not to the end yet, so I won't say that I love this book, it's the best book, because I don't know what happens next, and I've just started. I have just started reading it, but yeah, I just wanted to update what I'm reading now, and that's basically it. And also, I update books on my Instagram as well on Saturdays. It's like a hashtag Saturday Read with Dime kind of a thing. So if you want to have weekly book recommendations, you should go and follow me on Instagram. It's not only about books, by the way. I have makeup and book related, like a mixture of all the content that I do here on YouTube as well. You can go and follow me there on Instagram. And with that, I've completed today's video. I shall meet you very soon with yet another video. But if you already like this video, then do hit that like button down below, and also do subscribe to my channel down below, because there are a lot of bookish videos coming your way. I have started reading and I'm back on track, and I just can't wait to read a lot more books, and I'm planning to do monthly book reviews from next month maybe. So if you want such videos, just stay tuned, and the way you can stay tuned is by subscribing down below. So go and subscribe. Really hope you liked this video and it was helpful. I'll meet you with my next video. Until then, be happy, stay positive, keep reading, and just read a lot more books. Okay, sayonara.